So now let's talk about a tool that I think can take your goal setting to a whole new level, which is right inside of the Atomic Habits framework. Atomic Habits is by James Clear. And if you don't have this book in your leadership library, I highly recommend it. One key takeaway for me in this book is that lasting change doesn't happen from one massive action. So many leaders are waiting for big change before they change. But change actually happens in small, consistent actions repeated over time. That's the secret. Small, consistent actions repeated over time. James Clear actually calls this the 1% rule. If you can improve just 1% each day, those small gains compound into big results. Let me give you a real life example of this. Let's say your goal is to run a marathon, which, by the way, that was one of my goals recently. And let me tell you, that was a tough goal. About mile 16, I found out that it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. If you actually want to see what I'm talking about, you can just search my name and marathon in YouTube. I made sure to take a camera with me all along the way. But let me tell you, something that helped me with this goal was instead of being overwhelmed by 26.2 miles, I focused on starting to build small habits, one of which was running a short distance every day. And as time went on, I tracked my progress and I went further and further and further, building consistency week by week. Do you see what that does? Yes, it takes big goals and makes them more manageable and more sustainable. It worked for a marathon, and I believe it's going to work for your leadership. If your goal is to become a better communicator, just simply start with a habit of active listening in every single conversation. Because here's what I want you to remember. Small intentional habits will create a ripple effect over time. You know, most goals don't fail because of a lack of motivation. They fail because of a lack of structure. And that's why James Clear emphasizes that you got to create an environment that supports your habits. You want to make the desired behaviors that you're looking for easy, obvious, automatic. That's why I'd actually set my running shoes out the night before. Okay, let's do another leadership example, and I want to take it one step further. Maybe your goal is to get more organized. To do that, you're going to try to create a morning habit that takes your first 10 minutes of your day to plan your priorities. Maybe to make that stick, you set a reminder on your phone, use a habit tracker, or even just build a simple checklist that you review every morning. Here's the point. Don't just rely on motivation. It's only going to take you so far. You got to build a system that supports the life and the leadership that you want right now. Well, I can't wait to hear about your goals, your vision, and your new habits. Until then, remember, great leaders don't just set goals as they move towards their vision. No, they build habits that are going to help them get there. I'll see you soon.